Okay, next we have Yenner Ulus from biology. Do hurricane-driven storm surges increase toxic mercury levels in North Carolina's coastal wetlands?
Did you know Centers for Disease Control data estimates that more than 13,000 babies are born each year in North Carolina with unsafe levels of mercury? That places them at risk for learning disabilities, neurological disorders, and lowered IQ. Mercury is a naturally occurring element. It is mainly released from power plants. When mercury is released, the rainwater places it into our rivers, lakes, and the oceans. Once it's in the water, certain kind of bacteria converts this mercury to a very toxic form of mercury. This toxic mercury is taken up by small organisms and by the fish who eat them. Eventually, it ends up in the human who eat the fish. Especially in North Carolina, largemouth bass is under statewide advisory for having high levels of toxic mercury. Unfortunately, mercury is not the only problem in North Carolina. Because of the global warming, the frequency and intensity of the hurricanes is increasing in Atlantic oceans. These hurricanes brings enormous amount of seawater to the land and to our freshwater wetland, as you see in this picture. This seawater contains sulfate, which stimulates the bacteria to produce more toxic mercury. In my research, I am trying to understand how toxic mercury levels affected by storm surge from Hurricane Florence and Dorian. To do that, I collect water, sediment, and insect samples before the predicted hurricanes when people evacuating the city. And every month after these hurricanes, I extract the mercury from the samples and analyze with mercury analyzer, which take many, many days. After analyzing those samples, I found that mercury levels are increasing in our coastal freshwater wetlands. That tells us we can expect more toxic mercury to appear in freshwater in the future, which will eventually end up in the humans. Knowledge we are getting from my research will help us to predict future toxic mercury levels in our waters. This, in turn, will ensure that all the children in North Carolina will have normal blood mercury levels so that they could live happy and healthy lives. Thank you.